Welcome everybody to this second event known as the Reasons, the Rasgioni, which is a traditional way in which communities in Sardinia have sought to hear each other's points of view.
So water needs and balances, water availability really isn't a given. That's what Project Drought is all about really. Sometimes it's too much, sometimes not enough.
Before the days of drainage, this was a landscape shaped by water. Raised domes of peaks separated by winding river channels, by streams and rivulets, meres and lakes. A landscape of marshlands, wet fen and reed bed, supporting plants and animals, birds and insects.
Water for food production is a very big deal locally. Just think of the McCain's factory up the road. Think about why it's there. The McCain's factory is there because of the uninterrupted supply of high quality potatoes that Fenland farmers produce.
And what we're planning to do is make a walking route around the whole of the Fen Edge, called the Fen Edge Trail. We're working in partnership with the Cambridgeshire Geological Society, and they're the people with the clever people involved. I'm not an ologist of any kind, but there's geologists, there's coastal ecologists, biological anthropologists, and lots of people are very academic and very clever involved in the project.
This is one of the original minute books produced by the Bedford Level Corporation in the early 1600s. And I think this is where my story begins, and I recognise the fact that I am just probably one paragraph personally in a chapter in the book, in the story of the draining of the Fens.
Memories of water really comes from 1976, and water's very important, and the next view, very dark I'm afraid, but dikes. Our farm is crisscrossed, as is all farms in the area, of dikes to keep the land at the right water level, so we're not farming quarterly.
I don't know if anybody know what species of butterfly this is.
Swallowtail.
Yes, a swallowtail, thank you. It's one of the Fenland species that we've lost. You know, my story is water is important for wildlife.
Up to the 1850s, down to the south of Peterborough, was the largest natural lake in England, formed after the Ice Age. Some 6 miles long and 3 miles wide across, and surrounded by swamp and a large reed bed.
Would people be prepared to pay an extra tax, assuming that it wasn't here? There's some debate about the exact word, but I'm sure the correct word is obfuscated, which I'm sure you all know. But it means, in other words, ring-fenced. If the money was specifically going on Fens, would people be prepared to pay extra?